Y'all been asking about this one, babes. Part 1 of my story time on my ex that cheated on me. We had gotten married after a month. Yes, your girl was married in my very early 20s. And the insane trajectory of that relationship, the ups and downs, and all the things that went into it. So buckle up. This is going to be a multi-part series. It is a wild one. Okay, so the scene is I just turned 21. I had been living in LA for a short amount of time, moving from New York. And I was just really starting to get into the LA scene, going out, dating, meeting celebrities, adjusting to the lifestyle that is LA, which is similar to New York, but also the opposite, if that makes sense. A lot of people know that New York and LA, the two biggest hubs for the entertainment industry, but New York is very fast-paced. People are very real. It's incredibly go, 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 whereas LA is a little bit more relaxed. People aren't so forthcoming, but this is the hub of the entertainment industry. And I had moved here to further my modeling career, to do some acting as well, and just for a little change of pace, because I was sick of the New York weather and I was already getting more opportunities in LA. I'm living at Hollywood at the time, and this was during the best years of the Abbey. If you don't know what the Abbey is, it is known as the greatest gay bar in America, and it was at the time. It was one of those places where all the go-go dancers were really hot and straight. It was a place that was safe for gays and girls, and I understand that a lot of gay people did not love the girls in that space, which I definitely respect. But at the time, there were a lot of girls that were going into the space. And of course, that attracted a lot of straight men that were coming there with their gay friends to pick up chicks. And that was kind of the vibe. I was there with a couple of my gay friends one night. We're dancing. I probably have like a fucking bump it, you know, in my hair. Wearing some low-cut, sparkly dress number from like Bebe and some strappy-ass heels. And me and my gays are twirling on the dance floor. And I see this guy out of the corner of my eye looking at me. And I'm like, ooh, he's pretty cute, you know, but couldn't tell, like, is he gay, is he straight? And my friends are like, I'm pretty sure he's straight. The way that the Abbey is set up is there's an indoor area where the dance floor is, which has a surrounding, like, 2 bars on the outside. And then on the outside bar, there's, like, a little area with seats and stuff where people can hang out. And it's an unofficial dance floor. And that's kind of, like, where I was always hanging out with my friends. We're out there kicking it up, dancing to some Kesha. Or the dude just kind of looks at me and he goes, like, this. And I'm like, oh, he's definitely straight. I walk up. We're gonna call him Miguel. Miguel was absolutely gorgeous. Dark hair, green eyes. He had a very slight, undiscernible accent. I'm like, where is this man from? And he tells me that he's from Greece, that he's been living in LA for most of his life, so his accent is very subdued. He's flirting with me, but also being a little bit distant, and he's there with a couple of people that were twice his age. It's kind of like, why are you hanging out with these people twice your age, and you're at a gay bar? Like, very strange. There was this girl that was like twice his age that was kind of hanging on him. He pulls me aside later and he's like, hey, I'm actually on a date with this woman. I'm like, you got mommy issues? Because that woman is a lot older than you. Like, you do you, boo, but why are you trying to talk to me while you're on the date with this woman? And he's like, look, this is our first date, but I'm really attracted to you. Can I give you my number? I was like, you know what? I'll give you my number. And if you decide to contact me, great. But you probably shouldn't be trolling when you're on a date, you know? After that, Miguel and I start seeing each other a little bit casually. We'd gone on a couple coffee dates and we would go to the Grove all the time because there was a Greek restaurant at the time at the Grove where all the people had gone and it was really cute. It was indoor, outdoor, and you would kind of sit there and drink. And it was just like a really nice, fun cultural vibe. And really thought he was really cute, but there was always something a little bit insidious about him that just kind of felt like I needed to be a little bit set apart from him. He had moved to LA to become an actor, was very guarded about his past and the things that he wanted to talk about. Every time I would bring up his family or anything, he would just immediately change the subject and be like, anyway, so, and try to direct it back to me. So I'm like, okay, you have some sort of trauma or like, what's going on with you, sir? And we'd been seeing each other for maybe a few weeks then. And I had been in New York for work, for a shoot. And then I'd come back and he was like, hey, are you back? I would love to take you on another date. I'm like, okay, well, today I'm going to go wash my car to run some errands. He was like, oh, well, maybe we should do like a cute errand date. We can go, like, I'll wash your car for you. I'll take you to lunch and we can like do a little shopping and stuff. I'm like, an errand date? That's kind of cute. Sure. So he comes to my place. He gets in my little jalopy Civic that I had at the time. And we go to one of those self-washing stations. He's washing my car. We're like drinking out of a flask, laughing. It's a good time. He looks at me and he's like, how come you haven't slept with me yet? I'm like, wow, a subject change. Okay, while you're over here like rub-a-dub-dubbing my car. And he's like, yeah, you know, every time I try to get like intimate with you, you kind of pull away. Dude, it's only been a couple weeks. How quickly are you getting women into bed? Which I have been also guilty of doing that faster, but I just, like I said, there was something sinister that I wasn't feeling. And I'm like, bold of you to go ahead and just bring that up. But I mean, you need to let me go on my own time. He's like, well, I've never had a girl not sleep with me so quickly. I'm like, well, welcome to a change of pace, my guy, because this just sent me further away from your knickers. It really gave me the ick after that. Like, he took me to go have lunch, and then we ran some errands, and then he dropped me off at home and was like trying so hard to come into my house. I was like, no, dude, we all see what your vibe is. We see your end game. Like, get the hell out of here. You don't talk for maybe like a week. He's not really contacting me, and I'm kind of doing my own thing, working, seeing friends, going out to auditions, dating other guys. Then he hits me up randomly. He's like, hey, I'm gonna be going to Abbey tonight with some friends. Would you want to meet up? And I was actually already going to the Abbey, and I'm like, okay, you're going to go troll for more straight girls. I'm actually already going to be with some friends. I was like, yeah, we can meet up for a drink. Like, if we see each other, cool. I put on my best Forever 21 skirt, pop shop top, probably teased my hair to the sky, and made really sure that I had that face beat on. We get to the Abbey with my friends. They're there hanging out, and I eventually do see Miguel. He's there with some friends, some actually like young, hot Greek guy friends. And he's like, hey, these are the guys on my soccer team. I'm like, you're on a soccer team? He's like, oh yeah, we play in this Greek soccer league that is just for fun and recreational. These are my guys. Bunch of dudes with him, all very nice, but there is this one guy that's there that has a mohawk, a blonde mohawk. I was like, wow, he's pretty cute. And he was super jacked, right? I was kind of in a headspace that night where I wasn't really looking for guys. I was just kind of with my friends, dancing and being with my gays. But he was like staring at me. Miguel is annoying me. He's just being really extra and thirsty, and I am not about it. So I'm kind of avoiding him, dancing. And at some point my feet hurt. I'm in those little, keep toe pumps that we be wearing in those days, which are really cute again now. And I'm like, I need to have a seat. So they have a little table, the Greeks do. So I sit down and I'm talking to one of the Greek guys. I look behind him and I see the Mohawk guy just smiling at me. And I'm looking at him and I'm really like a little bit tipsy haze. Through my tipsy haze, I'm realizing like, wow, that guy's actually really cute. I was like, what's your name? I like you, with the Mohawk. And this man shoves his friend out of the way like a flimsy screen door and just saddles right up to me. Kneels on the ground next to me because I'm sitting. And he was like, what'd you say? And I was like, nothing. And he has a super heavy accent. I'm like, nothing. And he's like, you said something about me. I'm like, I just said that you were cute. And he was like, well, you're gorgeous. And we start chatting, and he ends up being very cool, very sweet. And he's like, oh, what's going on with you and Miguel? I was like, oh, we've been on a couple dates and stuff, but we're not really dating. I was like, are you friends with him? And he's like, we're just on a soccer team together. I'm like, oh, okay. We spend the whole night talking and dancing and having a good time, drinking LA waters. If you know what that is, you know that shit gets you fucked up. And at the end of the night, he's like, can I have your number? I'm like, but you're Miguel's friend. And he's like, he's not really my friend. We're just playing on the same team together. And I'm like, fuck it, okay. As soon as I get home, he texts me and he says, you are the most beautiful and coolest girl that I've ever met in LA. And then I text him back joking. I'm like, oh, only in LA? And he was like, yeah, but LA has the most beautiful women. So that's actually what I mean. I'm like, I'm just joking, dude. And I was going out of town the next day to San Francisco for work. And so I didn't text him, but he had started texting me during the week and was trying to see me and hang out. But I was busy and doing different things. So I finally got to him maybe like a week later. And he was like, I want to take you to dinner. Cool, like, you can take me to dinner. But then I ended up having to cancel that night because I had forgotten that I had a friend's birthday that I had to go to. And he was like, okay, well, after your friend's birthday, I'm going to a house party in Beverly Hills at this mansion. Do you want to come? I'm like, you know what? I'll text you when I'm leaving my friend's party and we can see like what I'm doing and I'll let you know if I feel like going with you. So I went to my friend's dinner party. It was at Jones in Hollywood near Target, which is like this old Hollywood place. I used to see like random celebrities there. I saw like Chris Evans there one time and Tom Cruise. It's also been in a few movies, but it's kind of a darker Italian place. Really, really good Thai a la mode if you ever go there, and really good rigatoni pasta. After that, I was feeling like, okay, what are we doing? And everyone's like, oh, we're going home, we're going home. I'm like, oh, let me hit up this Greek guy. I hit up the Greek guy. He immediately texts me back and he's like, where are you? I'm at Jones in Hollywood. And he's like, okay, I'm coming to pick you up. Okay, daddy. He rolls up in a Mercedes SUV, pops out the car. There's like 3 people in the car with him, some of his friends. He opens the door for me, like lifts me into the car, and he's like, all right, let's go to this mansion party. We go to this party. It's in the hills. It is one of those parties that the back opens and it's got an infinity pool and it just looks over the hills. I mean, it was gorgeous. So many people. There was like a skateboard ramp inside and a tennis court. People were just sitting on the floor, sitting everywhere, dancing. It was a whole thing. He brings me over to the bar. He makes me a vodka martini. And he brings me over to the side of the pool. And he like sits me down, takes my shoes off for me. And he's like, put your feet in the water. I put my feet in the water and he puts his feet in the water. He rolls up his pants and we're kind of sitting there dangling our feet in the water, just like chatting. And he starts telling me about his story and how he had been living in LA for a year now, but he had left Greece because there was some drama that happened with him, which I will get to. but he couldn't go back to Greece at the moment. So he's been in LA for about a year, and he is originally from Thessaloniki in Greece, and all his family and friends are still there. And he came to LA because he always wanted to live here in Hollywood. And he lives with his cousin. We're gonna call her Maisie. He lives with his cousin Maisie, and we're gonna call him Taki. So Taki, the man with the mohawk, the blonde mohawk, the one that is currently wooing me in his heavy-ass Greek accent. He lives with his cousin, Maisie, in a super high-rise in Hollywood. And he's like, I really want you to meet her. I think that you guys would really like each other. He was trying to gun at me and obsess over me very quickly. Like, after that hangout at the mansion, we spent every day together for the next 2 weeks. And he was definitely love bombing me. He would come pick me up, take me to Equinox with him to go work out. He would take me to go lunch, usually like sushi or ramen or like some nice place. And in the evenings, we would go get drinks. We would go by the Greek restaurant, and then we would go out sometimes to the Abbey with my friends, or sometimes to a party in the hills or Hollywood. He's really integrating me in his life. Eventually, he takes me to his place, like I want to say that same week, to his house that he lives with Maisie. Maisie is super cute, his cousin, a very outgoing and a little bit intense smoker girl that also rides motorcycles. They have like multiple nice cars. Mercedes, the box one, they've got like 2 Harley bikes, the Mercedes convertible, and a BMW, and a random Dodge Ram truck because Taki loved Dodge Ram trucks. He was like, it's very American. Immediately I see that they've got money. It's a little unclear how they have money because I go over there, they always got party favors, drinks. It's constantly a party at their place. Designer goods, Louis Vuitton throws on the couch, really nice furniture. They both wear really nice clothes. Taki has an intense watch collection. He's got Gucci watches, Cartier, Rolex. He had like 40 different types of watches. Very designer-laden belts, very designer-laden shoes. I was like, okay, these Greeks love their designer wear apparently. I don't really know what they do. And I asked Taki, I'm like, yeah, so what were you doing in Greece? He's like, oh, I was working in restaurants and businesses and different things. And like, and what does Maisie do? He's like, oh, she just has money from her family. I'm like, oh, okay. But they were very generous. And one day where I was like, I want to get my hair done. And Taki was like, what do you want to do to it? And I was like, I want to get highlights. And he's like, great, book it and then I'll pay for it. This man was really paying for all my shit, taking me everywhere. He always wanted me with him. I was really falling for this guy. He was obsessive and sweet and romantic, and he would write me very sweet notes, leave them in my bags. He would take me shopping. I was living that princess treatment lifestyle. By the way, he wasn't much older than me. He was like 5 years older than me. So I was 21. He was like 26. He just really seemed so adult and had his shit together. I'd not been around a lot of men that had radiated such like masculine provider energy. Someone that was close to my age was very attractive to me. At this point, I'm getting very well acquainted with their group of friends. They always had like so many people at their place just hanging out. There was a girl, let's call her Destiny. She was always hanging around. She was cute. She was a sweet girl. There was something a little bit off about her. She always kind of was staring at me in a very suspect way. I could just tell that she had a crush on Taki. I was like, what is up with that girl? And he's like, oh, she's just like a good friend of ours. And he's like, yeah, she used to be a mattress actress, actually. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, is she still doing that? And he's like, yeah, some here and there. I'm like, oh, all right. He's like, actually something I want to talk to you about. I tried to renew my visa and I can't renew it again. Probably going to have to figure out something, go back to Greece, which is not really an option for me. So Destiny has offered to help me with my documents so that I can stay in the country. I'm like, wait, like documents that link you together forever? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, that seems like a bad idea. And he's like, well, I don't really have a choice because these are my options. And he was like, I'll just compensate her for it and then that'll be it and I won't have to worry about it. I'm like, I hate this idea. So throughout that week though, it was very obvious that Destiny was kind of acting a little possessive over him. And I was like, did something happen between the two of you? And he's like, oh, why? He's like, we're just friends. I'm like, because she's acting very jealous and a little bit possessive of you. So then one day after the bar, feeling a little bit more loose-lipped, he tells me that yes, they did date and that they did hook up. She was a little bit obsessed with him. And I'm like, okay, well, you're with me though, and you want her to help you with your situation, which is going to make her even more obsessed with you and link you guys for a long time. That seems like a bad idea. Cut to, I see her in the other room eavesdropping because, oh yes, right, she lives in one of the rooms in their big ass condo house. So him and I would go to sleep. And the next day, because I had a bunch of stuff over there, because I was staying over there all the time, I had a luggage of stuff that was in the hallway. The next day I go in the hallway to get something out of my bag, and I look through and I just smell something absolutely rancid. I pull up my hand and to my horror, It is dog shit in my bag, on all my stuff, in my hand. I scream. I'm like, oh my God. Now, the only dog in that house was Destiny's dog, who was not very well behaved, but my suitcase was zipped closed. I don't think this dog zipped that thing open, took a shit in there, and then zipped it closed. So I screamed for Taki. He comes over. I'm like, dude, that girl put her dog shit in my bag. He's like, what? So he gets her over. He's like yelling at her, and she's screaming and crying, saying that I don't belong there in that house, that she actually loves him, and that she would do anything for him, and that I'm not the right person for him. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, you need to relax. And then she starts trying to like run over and fight me, being like, you don't deserve him, da 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 da. I'm like, girl, you let your dog shit in my bag? Are you kidding me? So I take all my stuff, and I just take all the clothes out of dog shit, and I just hurl them on her bed. I'm like, there you go, girl, have at it. My stuff is ruined, and now so is your damn bed. I walk out, I'm mad. I'm like, I'm going home. Taki is like, no, I'll take you home. I'm like, fine. In the car on the way home, he's like, I'm really sorry. I don't know what got over her. I'm like, I do. This is a bad idea. You can't do this arrangement with her. I'm emotional. He's like, look, if I don't do it, I'm gonna have to go back. Like, this is my only option. I was like, okay, well, we're in love. Let me just help you out. And this is 3 weeks in, y'all. Do not make decisions on an emotional high when you're young and in love. You need to think things through. Now, I know a lot of you are going to come for me being like, how could you do this, Kat? How could you do this? I was 21. I was in love and clearly needed a lobotomy, okay? Live and learn, y'all. I'm like, yeah, I'll help you out. Obviously, we're together and we won't let it affect our relationship. It'll be on paper, but we are still together, and then whatever happens, happens. But like, I can't have you leaving the country. Like, we fell in love. He's like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to put you in this position. Cut to, we're in Vegas. Yes. So next story time is going to be the actual process of how we got there, got married, got to Vegas, how we got there on someone's celebrity jet. Part 2 is coming, y'all.